Are you a racist party? Are you involved in a racist party?
No. We're not a racist country, Brian. We've never been a racist country. Our goal is to make sure that today is better than yesterday. Are we perfect? No. But our goal is to always make sure we try and be more perfect every day that we can.
Maybe Nikki Haley should just act like her earpiece is broken every time someone asks her about racism in America. Because this is about the fourth time that she's proven she's committed to excusing our racism while hoping to benefit from it. Because she said America isn't a racist country and it never has been. That was right before she was talking about how much racism she's faced growing up in America. So which one is it, Nikki?
I know. I faced racism when I was growing up. But I can tell you today is a lot better than it was then. Our goal is to lift up everybody, not go and divide people on race or gender or party or anything else. We've had enough of that in America. That's why I'm so passionate about doing this. I don't want my kids growing up where they're sitting there thinking that they're disadvantaged because of a color or a gender. I want them to know that if they work hard, they can do and be anything they want to be in America.
What it is, it's Republican Politician Talk 101, where you deny the well-documented systems of oppression in America until you think you can falsely use it for your own clout as a fighter against it. Before Vivek Ramaswamy suspended his campaign of kissing Trump's ass, his attempts at excusing racism meant him feigning anger when anyone brought it up.
You didn't say that you condemn white supremacy, though.
I'm not going to recite some catechism for you. I'm against vicious racial discrimination in this country. So I'm not pledging allegiance to your new religion of modern wokeism, which actually fits the test. I'm not going to bend the knee to your religion. I'm sorry. I'm not asking you to bend the knee to mine, and I'm not going to bend the knee to yours. But do I condemn vicious racial discrimination? Yes, I do. Am I going to play your silly game of gotcha? No, I'm not. And frankly, this is why people have lost trust. And I know you're going to go print the headline tomorrow. I already know this. We already know how your game works. Vivek Ramaswamy refuses to condemn white supremacy because you asked a stupid question. The reality is, I condemn vicious racial discrimination in this country, but the kind of vicious and systematic racial discrimination we see today is discrimination on the basis of race in a very different direction.
It's comical because his party reminded him over and over and over that they don't trust him. Not because he talks fast and lies even faster, but because he's dark-skinned, has a name that they don't trust, and a culture that they absolutely hate.
Vivek, let me just start off with this question, because I know a lot of people, our main audience is the conservative Christian right-winger that's going, hey, what's going on with America? We need to figure out what's happening. We need to fix it. And so they're asking me, why would you have a guy that's a Hindu on and compared to Christianity? And I think this is before we go any further, I need to hear from you. Speak to that with our audience, because they need to understand where you come down on this, on the stand of religious freedom. Are you against Christianity? You know, where is all of this happening? I know you've had to deal with this already before, but I wanted our people to hear from you direct.
I think the reality is that we share the same values, those Judeo-Christian values in common. I'm not running for pastor-in-chief. I'm running for commander-in-chief, president of the United States. But I share that same value set in common. I do think that the real divide in our country is not between people of Hindu faith and Christian faith and Jewish faith. It's the people who believe in a one true God and those who have replaced that vacuum with new secular religions instead. Wokeism, transgenderism, climatism, COVIDism.
And despite the fact that they said it to his face, Ramaswamy smiled and endorsed their hatred of his existence because he figured it's the only way that they'd ever accept him. And now that his campaign is dead, I wonder if Ambassador Haley and her handlers have been taking notes on how selling out didn't work so well for him.
He speaks well, and he is very charismatic, and he says the right things. He says so many right things. Sometimes I'm like, maybe he is the right guy, but he's not, because our God will not be mocked. And you know what? You know who he reminds me of sometimes? Barack Obama. Because he is charismatic. He says all the right things. Do not be fooled, friends. Do not be fooled.
But again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe calling out and identifying bigotry in a party that thinks of racism the way Marjorie Taylor Greene does is a losing battle.
I was pretty disgusted at Christie and his racist comment towards Vivek Ramaswamy, where he was like the only skinny guy. What did he say? He was comparing him to Obama. Yeah, I honestly thought that was pretty racist.
I would have just turned, if I was Vivek, I would have turned to Christie and said, I knew you would have gotten triggered by the skinny comment. I would have